Well, if you've parked on a meter along South Broadway or in the Golden Triangle, you gotta pay attention to this. Steve on Your Side found even more bogus QR codes on Denver parking meters.
A viewer reported these to the city, but it took more than 10 days and a call from Steve on Your Side to get them peeled off.
9 News consumer investigator Steve Stager is live near the Baker neighborhood tonight with a warning. I can't believe you found more of these, Steve.
I know, it's wild, guys. We've found them all the way from 6th Avenue to down past Alameda along South Broadway and on some of the side streets. And I got to tell you, I cover these things all the time, but this is one of the most convincing ones I've ever seen. The sticker went right here, right on top of the little spot where it says Visa, MasterCard, Discover. And it also directed you to a website that said pay by phone, prompted for all sorts of information. We have no idea how long these stickers were out here, but we know it was about 2 weeks at least.
On YouTube, I gotten a notification about your news report.
It doesn't get much more serendipitous than this. Jared Hawthorne says he saw a Steve on Your Side story about phony QR codes in Cherry Creek minutes before he parked near Postino on South Broadway.
15 minutes later, I saw the same QR code taking me to the same link. I think it was like eb.do or something like that. Yeah. It looks so legitimate that you wouldn't think it wasn't legitimate if you didn't know.
Jared decided to be a good citizen. He filed a report with 311 that night on July 12th, complete with a picture. We know that because we got record of his 311 report 10 days later. And when we went out there and looked, sure enough, those QR codes were still all over the place.
It was routed correctly, but the team just hadn't opened it yet amid the workloads.
Nancy Kuhn represents Denver's Transportation Department, the department that took on Jared's report.
It really was in the queue to be looked at. We had a couple of dozen of 311s that were routed to this team. It's a small team.
A call from Steve on Your Side got all of them scraped off, but not before we learned a bit more about what's going on here.
From a social engineering point of view, I'm stunned at how brazen this is actually.
Location, Denver. While we were still there, we scanned the code and found it directs to a website that looks a lot like Pay by Phone's mobile site. Even has the logo on the top. There are a few clues that it's not legit, like when you enter your phone number and it looks more international than local, when it calculates the parking fee in euros and uses foreign languages. MSU cybersecurity expert Steve Beatty says the biggest red flag is the .cv at the end of the URL.
It's Cape Verde, which is another place that most people wouldn't have web servers per se, and certainly companies wouldn't be headquartered there.
Beatty says the scheme here appears to be an attempt to collect credit card information. He calls it brazen because you rarely see this kind of thing happen in the real world.
Most of the scams happen completely online and are more difficult to trace.
So I was super glad that I'd seen your report on it. I was like, ooh, thank goodness.
So we're hoping that you see the same thing and it helps you out. The city, for their part, says that they would never put a QR code on a parking meter itself or on a sign that's at street level. The only QR codes they use are up on the signs above. We kind of call them the overhead signs in the area that have information about how to pay to park. And that QR code would not direct you to a website to make a payment. It would direct you to your app store to download the Pay by Phone app so that you can make a payment directly through the app. That's the distinction that they want to make, especially if you see more of these anywhere out there. Also, if you see more of them, make a report to 311 or let us know about it. I'm Steve Stager, Steve on Your Side, 9 News.